Happy Monday! So today,
we're going to make those into pizzas.
today we are doing zucchini bruschetta, and it's my girls aren't the biggest fan of the bruschetta part, so we are going to do we're just going to do half of the bruschetta, and then we're going to make the rest of them like little pizzas. No. You eat this later. So I love this recipe. It's super easy and it's great for little parties or appetizers, just to get a nice little side veggie dish in there. Okay, so zucchini bruschetta. I wasn't always the biggest fan of bruschetta for whatever reason, but so this is my version that I like. So I don't know if it's really like bruschetta, but I think it looks like bruschetta, and it's gluten-free, grain-free. It's just the zucchini is acting instead of the baguette bread. Okay, listen, if you eat all that, we're not going to have any. So just to kind of help speed up the time a little bit, I did. No, just wait. She is a goat cheese fiend. I went ahead and cooked the zucchini. I cooked it for, okay, sure. Oh, give me water. So I cooked the zucchini ahead of time. That way, all we're doing is just putting the tomato base together, and then we'll put it on top of the zucchini, all ready to go. Before I forget, so next week I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. Maybe share a little bit why I do this, kind of give my background, maybe my health journey, just to kind of share with you what I've been through, where I'm at, and why I do this. I know for me, it's helpful to have resources and people out there that are encouraging and that want to help me get better. So that's why I do this. That's why I made a cookbook. It's just another resource to help people achieve and to make better improvements with their health journey. And I'm not perfect, but I know every day I'm trying to learn something new. So with that being said, I would like to encourage you guys to write in the comments any questions or any topics that you might want me to cover next week, so that way, we can stay focused, and hopefully I can answer as many things as possible, or as many questions that you all might have. I might go ahead and still make like a drink or a smoothie just to walk you through it, and then we'll just kind of sit down and have a nice little chit chat and hopefully answer a lot of people's health journey questions so you can be a better you. Okay, so we're gonna get right to it. So in my cookbook, it does say to dice Roma tomatoes. I was looking through what I was gonna make, and I really wanted to make this, but I didn't have Roma tomatoes, so that's fine. I had a can of organic diced tomatoes in my cupboard, so we're going to use this instead. And that's probably another thing that I love about my cookbook, is there's a lot of times I don't have one specific ingredient in the recipe, but it's very versatile, and you can easily substitute maybe things that you do have on hand. So we have diced tomatoes, and then we'll put some garlic. Also, I usually have fresh garlic cloves, but I don't today. Sometimes I forget about garlic, and like the garlic cloves and the ginger roots, they get stuck in a shelf or a drawer somewhere, and then months later they're all mushy and all forgotten about. So that's why I always try and have some minced garlic and ginger, just in case. And then I have some fresh basil leaves that I had a patient of mine, he brought in for me. Super excited about that. There's just something about fresh basil leaves, just right off the plant, that gives it a better taste. And then we'll do some salt and pepper. And then some balsamic vinegar. Just a teaspoon of that. And then you're just going to mix this together. And I mean, I would taste it, adjust according to what you want. Very good. And then I have some goat cheese, the soft goat cheese that I am going to use. But you can use, I mean, you can use a slice and just cut it into quarters of regular organic grass-fed cheese, and or whatever cheese that you want to use. So we are going to, I'm going to slide my zucchini over here. Don't mind my cracked pan here. So for this, you're just, once you've, and I probably did cook the zucchini a little bit extra because they're a little bit soggier, but you want them to have a firm texture because you're lifting up the bruschetta and eating it. So, but mine's a little bit softer, which is fine. You can still use a fork, or you can still just squeeze it together like a taco. All right, so I'm just going to put some of the tomato base or the tomato mixture on here. You're back. This is hot. Okay, hey, this is hot. You want scarlet, and like I said, we're gonna also do some, I've got shredded goat cheese and pepperoni, the Applegate turkey pepperoni slices that we'll put on some of the other ones. My girls had pizza last night and they're still in a pizza mood. So, I mean, who's not in a pizza mood? Every day should be pizza mood. Okay, hey, are you eating that? No more? It's hot, very hot. Okay. All right, Scarlett, what you can do, can you help me? Yeah? Okay, but remember this is hot. So I'm gonna have you put some shredded cheese on top of the zucchini, okay? Just like that, but don't touch the pan. All right, so I'm gonna have her, I guess we could put pizza sauce on this, but that's all right. There's cheese on it, there's pepperoni on it. You don't need the sauce. And right now I'm also, I hear it bubbling in the background, I am making a big pot of vegetable soup, which is crazy because it's super hot here. Okay, good job. And, but I always like to have a vegetable soup during the week. Those times where I really want a snack, but I don't want a snack, I'm hungry, and I'll just have just a bowl of vegetable soup. It's full of veggies. It hits the spot, gets me through till mealtime. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna put those on top of these that have the cheese on it, okay? Yeah. Are we running out of cheese? No, you got plenty of cheese. If you keep eating it, we're not gonna have enough cheese. What? You don't want me to take all of it? Okay. All right. No more cheese on anything else. Now put the pepperonis on top of these, okay? had a lot of zucchini. My parents, perfect. Make sure you put it right in the middle. Yeah, good. My parents had an abundance of zucchini, like everyone has an abundance of zucchini. So I snagged some and brought a bunch home. And what I did, I blanched some of them, where I just boiled them really quick and then dunked them in cold water. And I diced it, and then I did that, and then I put into baggies to freeze. They do last a little bit longer whenever you do that. I also, oh, we're out of, okay. We'll just leave those plain. I shredded probably 4 cups worth, which was 1 zucchini. And I also froze those because I'll use that for either fritters or muffins, and or even pizza crust. And then I put zucchini in my vegetable soup that I'm making right now. So now I'm going to put, this is a different kind of, this is a softer cheese. Like I said, you could put any cheese on top. It could be Gouda, it could be blue cheese. Just kidding. But I'm using the soft goat cheese. I'm just going to set on there. Are you all full? No, of course not. So I'm just setting these on top, and then I will be putting them in the oven just for 5 minutes. Let everything heat up and the cheese melt a little bit. But I mean, this kind of goat cheese doesn't really melt too much. Just kind of stands there looking at you. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit more cheese. So just a reminder, next week I'll probably still end up making like a smoothie of some sort, probably my green monster smoothie. And then we're just gonna have a little chat. I'm gonna answer any questions that you might have, any, I don't know, any topics that you want me to cover. Just throw those in the comment, that would be great. And we'll talk about those next week. Okay, so I've got the temperature in the oven set for 375, and I'm going to throw these in for 5 minutes, and then this is probably what we're going to have for lunch today, which is, I mean, it's a great lunch. You've got your, you've got your veggie and some protein from the cheese and good fat. I think that's all we're going to do today. So like I said, I'll put these in the oven. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully Scarlett doesn't have a bellyache from all the goat cheese that she ate. But don't forget, write any comments or topics that you'd like for me to talk about next week, and we'll just try that, and I get to share with you a little bit more about me and why I'm doing these cooking shows. And because so far they've been a blast to do. I really do enjoy doing them, and the comments and feedback I get, I think I'm helping, which is great. That's the whole purpose of it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday and your week. Thanks again.